South Sudan parties meeting for 2 days in Addis Ababa have agreed to extend the pre-transitional period for up to 6 months, as demanded by the SPLM-IO. Some opposition groups want the security arrangements finished before a new government is formed. Winnie Cirino has more for VOA from Juba.
The parties now have until November 12th to form a unity government, and during that time, the parties are expected to complete security arrangements and settle on the number of states and their boundaries. No additional extensions will be granted. James Cook, a senior research fellow and political analyst at the Juba-based Center for Strategic Policy Studies, applauds the parties for extending the pre-transitional period so they can accomplish what needs to be done before forming the new government. Cook says the politicians should back off for now and eventually endorse whatever technocrats come up with on states and boundaries and security arrangements.
What remains now is for most of those politicians to take their hand off from the technical work so that the real technocrats can do the work in time without politicization of a lot of this, especially in the security sector. They need a quiet time to do what they are supposed to do as technocrats, far away from the meddling by the politicians.
The peace deal stipulated the government of national unity should be formed once the activities in the pre-transitional period are executed, but George Kagar, president of the African National Congress, says it did not spell out what should happen in the event if those activities fail to be carried out on time.
There are no provisions in the agreement which can allow the government to be formed when things in the pre-interim are not complete. Also, there is no provision in the agreement which allows extension.
While marking the World Press Freedom Day in Juba, Thompson Fortin, Deputy Chief of Staff for Strategy at the Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission, says the government and opposition discussed their differences yesterday.
What we saw happen yesterday was that the government, along with the ADDIS and the OPP, indicated their preference for having the government formed on the 12th, but the SPLM-IO and SOA indicated a preference for an extension.
Joseph Okel Abango, chairperson of United Sudan African Party or USAP, says the extension should have been deducted from the 3 years of the transitional period.
We are for extension, but if you extend, you will take this number of months according to my view. They will be taken away from the 3 years. You cannot add extra 6 months or 3 months.
Kongar is urging IGAD to continue to consult widely with political actors in South Sudan to keep the peace process moving forward. Sources say President Salva Kiir met today with First Vice President Taban Dengai and Vice President James Waniga to discuss the matter. For VOA News, I am Winnie Cirino in Juba.
That report by my colleague Winnie Cirino in Juba brings us to the end of our show for this Friday. We wish all of you a happy Press Freedom Day.